what happened.
He convinced several of his buddies to make the move too, capitalizing on the hopes and dreams of comics who think a 1-minute set on Kill Tony will be their golden ticket to fame. But it didn't take long for fans and comics to realize that the Mothership, and the whole Austin comedy scene, isn't exactly what it was hyped up to be. Like Dan Soder said, if you're not part of Rogan's inner circle, it's not a cool place to be. Not only that, but the Mothership has swung so far to one side that it's become hacky.
You know when like you're hanging out with another comedian, he says the N-word around you for the first time?
Yeah.
I like that. That's a little trust that I'm in the circle.
Here we go. Let's talk about this real quick, okay?
Uh-huh.
I'm not with that. What you guys are doing in Austin.
What do you mean?
Well, let's be real. I don't like some of the words you guys use freely.
Like what?
It feels like they're finally experiencing that thing of they could call black people their N-words or whatever, be edgy, right? Like in California, like the sort of the rules of the culture that like who can say it and who can't say it and how you should say it and how you shouldn't say it and all these other factors, right? But when these comedians, I guess, in Texas are like just trying to be edgy and trying to not really have an understanding of what it is, then you're just sort of like, you're making it lose the meaning of it. And it's just simply just like, it's cringy. And it's more like you're just offending people at that point, which is in comedies, and you're not really trying to offend people, like, per se. You're just trying to, like, get them to experience a different, like, understanding or, like, in a funny way, like, understand the meaning of a joke. Some people, when they're, like, they try to make certain things funny that is, like, sort of, like, eesh, you gotta, like, be able to be, like, sort of a magician at that point to have that sort of comedy, right?
It's like edgelord. It's like
not all of it.
I know, but it's becoming so hacky to me that 100%. People, you guys use these words just for the shock factor.
100%.
It's like I'm not into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think the R word sometimes, but I would never say the N word.
It seems like the vibe.
See, like that's the way that Bobby said it is like R word sometimes. I only say that word, in private. In cultural aspects, is like so people don't take those things like seriously, especially if they don't know you, right? They think that you mean it in the worst way, so you don't want to get into that intersect there.
I bet the Mothership is the way it is because of guys in Tony's circle, like Ari Matti, one of the few lucky comics who actually built a career off of Kill Tony. Tony, of course, is one of Rogan's closest friends and hosts Kill Tony Live at the Mothership every week. When you've got a right-leaning roast comic sitting at the top of the hierarchy, that tone trickles down. Since Tony throws around derogatory words like confetti, a lot of comics there start thinking they can do the same thing. And before you know it, the whole thing turns hacky and starts pushing away comedians who are moderate or left-leaning.